Good evening, all, and welcome to tonight's Sunday night quiz. We are live. It is 8 o'clock on Sunday evening, and what a fine day it has been. We've had some beautiful weather this afternoon. I've missed most of it, thankfully. The wife and my daughter have been sat outside, sunning themselves in the garden, whilst I, of course, have been getting on with writing my quiz, which I hadn't written anything until about lunchtime today. Good evening, Chris Speak. He's just logged in. We've got 21 viewers, I think, at the moment. So let's have a tally up who's here. Get on the chat and let's see who's here tonight. We've got Chris Speak. Good evening to you and your family. Hope all is well with you and you, Martin. Martin Davis has just signed in from Dunchurch with his better half, Tina. Ian Barker's just signed in. Good evening, Ian. How are you? I hope all is well with you tonight. My wife's also signed in. Good evening, Mark. All right, my love. She's in the same room, but she's signed in on the chat all the same. But never mind. But of course, she's. Now she's dropped something or other. But never mind. Mike Yates has just signed in. Evening, Mike. We've got Kevin Keenan from the Rugby Rotary Club just joined us. Good evening, Kevin and the gang. I hope everybody is okay in our Rotary Club and keeping themselves busy. We will see how you all fare tonight in the quiz. We've got Johnny Canahan just logging in for Ice Baby. Good evening to you, Johnny. Hope all is well with you. We've got Squeaky Bob. Good evening, Squeaky Bob. I hope all is well with you. Woolly Chewbacca, formerly known as John W. That's what I like to see. Woolly Chewbacca sounds a much better team name, that. So good evening to you, John. Known as Woolly Chewbacca. Chris Meads has just signed in. Hello, Chris. Hope all is okay with you. You seemed all right yesterday, so I doubt whether you've got any worse since then. But anyway, we've got Lydia's just saying good evening to everybody. She has just downloaded my quiz and is at the moment reading through it and just checking all the questions are spelt correctly, because they're often not in my case. Right, we've just had Great White sign in from Toronto. Lovely to see our friends from the other side of the pond. So we've got Great White joining us from Toronto with their friends from Chepstow to join them in a minute. Diana, Alex, good evening, Nick. The Googlers checking in. Excellent. That's what I like to see. Good bit of Googling going on, but never mind. Let's see how you fare tonight, Diane. Adrian Lewis has just signed in from Yelvertoft. I presume that's Adrian and his wife, Jane. So good evening to you. Oh, sorry, Andrew. What am I saying? What did I just say? Adrian. I meant Andrew. Sorry, Andrew. Oh dear, I'm going mad already. Never mind. Right, we have 36 people now waiting. Now, tonight we have 6 exhilarating rounds of just general trivia, starting off as normal with the first round is entitled Sunday the 14th. Sunday the 14th, you might like to write those letters down, top to bottom. There are 10 questions in the first round, starting with each of the initials of Sunday the 14th. Round number 2 tonight, for a change, is in the news. So I hope you've been watching the news this week. There's been a little bit in the news other than coronavirus. Not much, but a little bit. Good evening to you, Michelle. I hope all is well with you and the family. I see you're signing in with Michelle Gibbons not tonight and not Gibb, whatever it was. But never mind, you must have your phone or your computer fixed, I trust. Nikki Bowers, good evening to you. Hello. How are you? What are you on? Pint of Fanta ice splashed with shots of gin. Wow, that sounds good. I'm on the usual beer for a change. Right, we've got Pick and Mix have just joined in. Good evening to you. Hope all is well with you and your family, and hope you've enjoyed a lovely afternoon. Right, as I said, round number 2 tonight was entitled In the News. So I hope you've been keeping up with a bit of mainstream news and a little bit of not quite so mainstream news, but never mind. Round number 3 is a connections round tonight, where I ask 9 general knowledge questions, where question 10 asks for a connection between the previous 9 answers. So yes, Michelle's got her phone back and working. Yes, all okay with phone tonight. Excellent. Right. Does that mean you've got it fixed, or does it mean you've got a new one, or what? Never mind. We will. I'm sure Michelle will tell us. Round number 4 tonight. For some of you like this, science and nature. I love a good science and nature round. My eyes always light up with a round of science and nature. But there's not many people that are particularly brilliant at it, but never mind. So we've just gone for a straightforward science and nature round. Most of those you should be able to get without too much trouble. Round number 5 is an initial letter link, where I ask you to take the initial letter of each of your answers And question number 10 will ask you to rearrange your first letters of the first 9 answers to spell out question number 10 or answer to number 10. And then round number 6 tonight is a general trivia round for all those that just like a bit of general rubbish from everybody else, but never mind. Go. Oh, Ian Miller. What's he just listed things for sale in rugby? Sorry. Yes, he's on Facebook at the moment. They all pop up. It's amazing, isn't it, on your computer, how things pop up all over the screen when you're not expecting it. But never mind. Right, I hope everybody's got their drinks to hand. Mike Yates. Hi, John. Tim just signed in. Excellent. Sounds like you've got a strong team tonight then, Mike. Or are you doing it all on your own? Now then, where's Leslie Barrett tonight? Has he turned up yet? He's always late. He was late last week by a round, but we'll see whether Sif manages to get signed in and logged in on time tonight. We will see, but never mind. Right, we're up over 50 teams logged in now, raring to go. Right, Carrie Mitchell, lovely to see you from Minehead. And what have you got? We've got wine, mojitos and cider at the ready. Fantastic. Is your sister and doing the quiz tonight from Cambridge? I don't know. We'll see. Oh, it's your auntie, is it? Sorry. Yeah, auntie. Yes, Carrie's the... Yes, it's all right. Sorry, Carrie. It's your auntie, isn't it? Auntie Jill. Never mind. Let's see whether they're joining us from Cambridge tonight. I don't know. The weather might have been too good for that. Right. Oh, right, never mind. We've got, right, half of Don Quixote have just joined us. We've got Ian Anthony James signing in. Don't quite know where he's signed in from, but we'll find out. Never mind. We have some of our Cambridge contingents have joined us. We've got Graham Gifford. So Graham and Jane are here. They've just logged in from Cambridge. Carrie Mitchell. Aunt, yes. We don't know yet. Ha ha. Ha ha. Sorry, sister. It's auntie. It's dreadful, isn't it, when you can't remember relationships with them? Oh dear. Never mind. Do you want to see what happens on a Sunday night when I've had about 5 or 6 of these? And then we can't pronounce anything right, let alone that, but never mind. Well, what have we all been doing today then, besides lazing around in the garden? Has anybody had a barbecue or anything this afternoon or in the evening? We've just had Robin Miller and the gang, PRS, checking in. As Matthew's just got out of the shower, apparently. Well, that's a sight for sore eyes, I'm sure, Robin. You're not there to watch him, are you? But never mind. Oh, apparently, sorry. Nicky Bowes, good evening to you. Jackie Skip, half of the booby, that's the booby girls just signing in. Graham Gifford, hi. Jill Pugh, hi, Nick. Rugby Pews here, Gloucester Pews. Anna Courts joining us tonight. Excellent, that's what I like to see. Well, they fared very well in the last quiz. Greg and Jill from Rugby. Let's see how they fare tonight. And they've been joined from the Gloucester Pews. So Woody Chewbacca planted a rose bush in the back garden. What, on a hot day like today? I hope you watered it in properly, but never mind. I'm sure you did. So we've got Helen and Steve Valentine have also just logged in. Hi to you, Helen and Steve. Hope all is well with you. What have you been up to today? Anything exciting? I don't know. Never mind. Nick Roberts. So we've just had Nick and Bev just signed in from Dunchurch Way, and Anthony Ridgway has just signed in from Welton. So good evening to you, Anthony, and Paul and Trish, no doubt. So let's see how you fare tonight. Jackie Skip. I've been to Stafford to meet my new granddaughter. Oh, lovely. Oh, that sounds good. That's a bit of a trek, isn't it, Stafford? Yeah, never mind. Oh, lovely. What a thing to do on a nice afternoon. Right. Gibbs 71 did a round Walk Creek, Yelvertoft Creek. Now, wait a minute, you're signing in with a different thing now. Different signing name. You must have 2 devices on the go. We've got Gibbs 71. Chris Speak, smoked a brisket joint in our smoker. Yum. Jenny, Graham and friends, hello. Carol Jackson, Home Alone have just joined us. Home Alone 6. Now, there's a team to do some reckoning with. They were last Sunday's winners, or joint winners, I think. I'm not quite sure. It was either last Sunday or the Sunday before. Carol, I'm sure, will let me know any second now. Right, just got a few minutes before we get going. So let's just go through those rounds again. Round number 1 tonight is entitled Sunday the 14th. That's Sunday the 14th. Round number 2 is in the news, for anybody that has been keeping up with the news this week. Round number 3 tonight is a connections round. Round number 4 is going to be a science and nature round. Round number 5 is an initial letter link. And finally, round number 6 will be straightforward trivia, general trivia. So we've just had Chilly Willy and Joe have just joined us. Good evening, Chilly Willy. Hope all is well with you and Joe. Got you on a bigger screen on the laptop, phone screen too small. Oh, right, well, that's fair enough. Oh, and Joe, I'm still not in widescreen format. Now, I was trying to do some research this week. Apparently, when you go live on YouTube, it is supposed to automatically stretch it to 16:9. Anything before 2016 or anything after 2016, they've sorted this out. However, it doesn't seem to work on any of my videos. They're also, I thought, well, it might be on my computer, but it's not that either. It appears you need to stream from software streaming to be able to get it in widescreen mode. So I've downloaded some software which should allow me to do this in another week, but I don't quite know how to promote the evening. Anyway, enough of all that rubbish. So we've just had Gillian Pugh and the Cambridge Pews has signed in. Good evening to you, Jill and Steve. Hope all is well with you in Cambridge. Has it been a nice summer evening? I hope it has. Ian Miller's just signing. Good evening, Ian. Was it you just selling something on Facebook? I noticed it popped up on my computer, but never mind. Yes, Angie's just said evening to Stephen Jill in Cambridge. Stuart Colwell has just signed in. Evening to you, Stuart. Hope all is well with you. And let's see how you fare tonight. What are you on beer tonight, or is it your night off? I can't remember. One of our gang normally have a night off. Ian. So we've got Harry, Julie, and Ian. Ian, I need you to look at my little phono preamp. I can't get the damn thing going. So if you want to knock on my door one day or give me a call, and you can take it away and see whether you can get the damn thing going for me. But never mind. I've got plenty of spare parts because I keep ordering them in the vain hope that I can get it going. Beautiful hair. This is Jill Pugh from Cambridge. Beautiful hair. Had good afternoon with all the kids. Wow. Well, we've had my... oh, no, I've been enough for that. What's that? I was going to just say I had my mother-in-law around this afternoon, but we were not saying anything because I'm not sure. She seems to think she's not in our bubble, but maybe she is. We're not really quite sure. She was only in the garden anyway. We kept her at arm's length, thankfully. Right then, beautiful kids. Ian Miller, what was he doing? Woodford Reserve tonight. A lovely pint, that is. Sarah, good evening. Good evening to the Worcester Brigade. This is Worcester calling. And this is Rugby saying hello to all our friends in Worcester. So hope all is well with Sarah and family, and things are okay for you. Well, not family, I mean friends, all right. I mean, well, there's a cat. Yeah, that's part of the family, isn't it? Sarah, what was your cat's name? I seem to recall you quite liked you had a pet cat or something, a black thing or something, didn't you? Never mind. Right, anyway, enough of that. Alex Brown, Mum and me competing with Dad and Uncle Akka. Yeah, okay, that's right. Ian's just, Alex Brown's just signed in. Dave Farmer, Dave and Kate, just the two of them tonight. Never mind, Dave. I'm sure you'll be all right with tonight's questions. Nothing too taxing. I'm sure we've all heard these before. Oh, it's Bruce the cat. That's right, Bruce the cat. Now, why did you call him Bruce? No, that's an interesting question. Ian Miller, I wish it was a pint of whiskey. Well, mine is a pint of whiskey. Oh, right. Regards, yes. Clive Shaw has just signed in and joined one of the teams. And he's just sent a text message because he doesn't get onto the chat on YouTube. But never mind. Evening, Faye. Hope all is well with you. And Alex again. Right then, we are now up to 87 people have joined us. We are not far off now. 87 teams logged in. So we'll just wait a couple of minutes and then we'll get going. So I'll quickly run through those rounds again. I have said them once already, but write down round number one, Sunday the 14th, top to bottom. There are 10 questions, starting with the letters SUNDAY, 14TH. We've done it before. I'm sure it's not that hard. Yeah, Dave's drinking Brewdog, Barnard Castle I Test IPA. Brilliant. Yeah, my wife's on Brewdog. She's on some, what do you want? Oh, just Punk IPA tonight. Oh, you've got others, yeah, some various things from Brewdog, but never mind. And I'm on the atomic lockdown tonight. Fine pint. It's going down very well. And do remember, if anybody wants some beer for next week, we need to get your orders in fairly early. They all seem to disappear. I must make sure my brother Greg Pugh gets some for Thursday this week, otherwise I'll be in trouble. Never mind. Right then, Ian, Alex Brown's on Amstel. Oh, excellent. Wasn't that a river? John, but same shirt as that. It is the same shirt as last week, John, but it has been cleaned and pressed specially for the occasion. And it's my Sunday shirt. This is the one with all the dragons on it that I got from Vietnam. Look at this. Wow, that looks impressive, doesn't it? It's pure silk, which is lovely. Right, we've got Footy Fox 86 has just signed in. Good evening to you. Hello, everybody. Right then, it is now 2015. We've got just over 91 teams signed in tonight. So let's see how we all fare. The famous five have just logged in, and I'm sure we're all ready to go. Are we ready, everybody, to crack on with round number one, which is entitled an initial letter link? There are, oh God, wait a minute, let me just get the screen the right size. Yes, get it up there. Here we go. Right then, starting with the letter S. Remember this, the answer must start with the letter S, not too taxing to get you all going. Professor Moriarty, a Machiavellian criminal mastermind, is the archenemy of which famous literary detective? So question one again, Professor Moriarty, a Machiavellian criminal mastermind, is the archenemy of which famous literary detective? Ooh, ah. Now, that wasn't too testing, was it? That starts with the letter S, remember. Question number two is a little trickier. Most of you will remember this one quite easily. In the world of television broadcasting, what do the initials UHF stand for? So in the world of television broadcasting, what do the initials UHF stand for? It came soon after VHF. If you remember what that was, but I'm not asking that question. So we've got all the serious teams, everybody's logged in now, I think. We now have 100 teams logged on. I'm still waiting for Leslie Barrett to get logged on. He's always late. He always used to turn up at the quiz pub late. Never mind. Then wonder why we'd already started. Question number three, starting with the letter N. That's right. Which group recorded the 1991 album Nevermind, the cover of which features a baby swimming towards a US dollar bill on a fishhook that is just out of reach? Ah, Leslie signed in. Evening to see you, Sif. What do you mean rubbish? No, that's perhaps a bit unfair, Sif. You're right. So question three again. Which group recorded the 1991 album Nevermind, the cover of which features a baby swimming towards a US dollar bill on a fishhook that is just out of reach? And of course, the name of that band has got to start with the letter N, which makes it fairly straightforward. Question number four. What type of animal features on the logo of the drink Baby Sham, the first alcoholic product to be advertised on British commercial television? So what type of animal features on the logo of the drink Baby Sham, the first alcoholic product to be advertised on British commercial television? And you've got a letter D, which makes that pretty straightforward. So think carefully what it looks like, and make sure the animal starts with a D. And it's not a duck. I'll just help you out with that one. It was rubbish as well. Question number five. This starts with the letter A. A for apple. What one word can go before the words desert, gulf, and nights to give three new two-word phrases? So what one word can go before the words desert, gulf, and nights to give three new two-word phrases? And that's got to start with the letter A. A for apple. Question number 6 probably gets a bit easier if you've been there on holiday. But listen carefully. Question number 6 got to start with the letter Y, remember, encompassing 3 Mexican states plus portions of Belize and Guatemala. Which peninsula separates the Gulf of Mexico from the Caribbean Sea? So question 6 again, encompassing 3 Mexican states plus portions of Belize and Guatemala. Which peninsula separates the Gulf of Mexico from the Caribbean Sea? Might not be that easy if you haven't been there, unless you're a bit of a geography expert, but never mind. I'm sure most people will have heard of it at least. Right, after all those letters, question number 7 is a number, and it must start with the number 1, as in the 14th. So starting with the number 1, on a standard BT phone line, what number do you need to call to retrieve voicemail and set up other voicemail services? So on a standard BT phone line, what number do you need to call to retrieve voicemail and set up other voicemail services? That follows on from last week's BT question, the speaking clock, of course, which you will remember. It's going down well, this beer. And if you have never had BT, yeah, you're right. See if that's not easy if you've never had BT. Have a guess at it, though. There are a few numbers that people would know. Question number 8. Even if you've never watched American football, Sif, what number refers to a professional American football team based in the San Francisco Bay Area? So what number refers to a professional American football team based in the San Francisco Bay Area? That's got to start with the number 4. Sure, that's not too hard. Sure, the farmers will get that. We've been to a restaurant in India named after that one, which was completely rebuilt the other year. Even if they do put Indian karaoke on all the time, but never mind. Question number 9. This has got to start with the letter T, as in originating from a skirt she wore for the CMT Awards. What is the real name of the celebrity also known by the nickname T Swizzle? All you youngsters will get this one. Keith's team will be all over this one. So originating from a skirt she wore for the CMT Awards, what is the real name of the celebrity also known by the nickname T Swizzle? Told you this round was fairly straightforward. Nothing too testing here, I don't think. We'll see. Some people with 1. Never mind. And finally, thanks for the tip, Nick, but we'd already got. I thought you would have done, Dave. Don't worry. Interesting place. Question number 10 for all you electric car owners. There's not many of us. The Kona Electric is a new vehicle made by which Far Eastern motor manufacturer? So the Kona Electric is a new vehicle made by which Far Eastern motor manufacturer? And that starts with the letter H, of course. H for house. Oh, are you up and running, Liz? Pull. My daughter's up out of her seat. She's posted all the questions in the right-hand column, I hope. And she's, yes, give it a good yank. Oh, she's got it. She's got the beer out of the fridge. It was stuck in a bit, but never mind. Right, do we need any of those repeating? They are all in the chat column on the right-hand side for you to have a look at. Otherwise, well, I'll give you just a minute and then we'll go back and we will do some marking after this first round. It's still very bright out there. The sun's still shining at the moment. What am I doing? I'm doing the wrong damn thing. I'm going back over the chat column instead of the questions column. Right, here we go then. Right then, are we ready to do some marking, or do we need any more time? Just put it in the column if you haven't got them all, or haven't got an answer for them all. If not, I'll crack on with some answers. Right then, Professor Moriarty, this was question number 1. Yeah, I'm sit out on the decking. Oh, well, I would have been outside tonight, but my lead's not quite long enough. I got Martin to make me a lead, which has allowed me some great flexibility with my thing. I should have got a 10-metre lead to make. Then I could have sat in the garden, but never mind. All the same, here we go then. Question 1 answers. Professor Moriarty is the arch enemy of Sherlock Holmes, of course. Number 2 in the world of television broadcasting, UHF stood for ultra high frequency. Ultra high frequency. You've got to get all of those right. Question number 3 was the group Nirvana. Number 4, the animal that features on the logo of the drink Baby Sham is in fact baby deer. Number 5, the word that went before the others. One word that can go before the words desert, Gulf and Nights is Arabian, of course. Number 6, encompassing 3 Mexican states plus portions of Belize and Guatemala, it was the Yucatan Peninsula, the Yucatan. Well done if you got that. Number 7, on a standard BT phone line, what number do you need to call to retrieve voicemail and set up other voicemail services? It's 1571. I'm sure most of us would have got that. Number 8, what number refers to the professional American football team based in San Francisco? They're better known as the 49ers. Number 8, T Swizzle is a nickname of Taylor Swift. Well done if you got that. And finally, number 10, the Kona Electric is made by Hyundai of South Korea. What's Martin put? I am happy to sort out a lead again. Oh, thanks, Martin. You make it 10 minutes. I don't know. Yeah. I'll have a word with you afterwards. I'll send you an email soon. I'll measure it and see what I need. But I'm not far off. We're nearly to the door. I just need to get over to the other side. It'd be nice to do some outside broadcast, wouldn't it? Right, we have Sif with an 8. We've got the Rugby Rotary Club with a 9. We've got Val Barnes. Wizzy Rascals on 10. Sarah's on 8. From Worcester, we've got Carrie Mitchell on 9. We've got Great White on 10. We've got Chris Peake on 10. Mike Yates on 9. Donna Brown, Matt and me on 9. We've got Don Quizzotti on 10. Michelle Gibbons on 10. Stuart Colwell's on 9. Ian Miller's on 8. The Ridgeways are on 10. Anthony Ridgeway and the gang. Mick Roberts on 9. Jenny Graham and friends on 9. Chili Willie's on 9. We got Footy Fox 86 on 8. Gillian Pugh on 10. Tom Headley on 10. I see Tom's on. Squeaky Bob on 9, Andrew Lewis on 9, Johnny Callahan, Ice Ice Baby on 9, Helen and Steve Valentine are on 9, Martin Davis is on 8, Jackie Skip, the Booby Prize Girls are on 9, we've got Ian Sharrett, Helen, Julian in on 8, Home Alone, Carol Jackson and the gang on a fantastic 10, John O'Rourke, Famous 5 on 9, Dave Farmer's on the 9, we've got PRS, Matthew Blood on 8, Graham Gifford's on 9, Greg Pugh's on 9, we've got the Googlers on 10, Nikki Bowser's on 9, Quartz Pick a Mix on 9, Split the Difference are on 10, Alex Brown's on 9. So we've got some great scores in after round number 1. Right then, round number 2 tonight is entitled In the News. So we have 10 questions relatively about Dad, are you going to put your score? Yes, you tell him, Alex. Get your score up. Robin Miller, Matthew's still got water in his ears. I like that one. Quiz on your face with a fantastic 8. Go on, John Brown. Right, here we go then. Right then, in the news. I hope we've always been reading the news, and a pretty straightforward question, just a bit of lateral thinking. We'll get question number 1 pretty straightforward. Here we go then. Question number 1, Unilever recently announced that it has temporarily stopped producing larger jars of which product due to a shortage of one of its key ingredients, which is brewer's yeast. So Unilever recently announced that it has temporarily stopped producing larger jars of which product due to a shortage of one of its key ingredients, brewer's yeast. And you better not say beer, because that's not right. We could sell them some. Taylor Swift, leave out at our age. I thought you'd know T Swizzle, Kevin. Come on. God blimey. Oh dear. Question number 2. Due to take place yesterday, but cancelled due to coronavirus. What is the name of the annual ceremony that takes place at Horse Guard Parade to mark the Queen's official birthday? So it's a 3-word answer, pretty straightforward. Due to take place yesterday, but cancelled due to coronavirus. What is the name of the annual ceremony that takes place at Horse Guards Parade to mark the Queen's official birthday? Right, this is one for my brother Greg. What's that? No, I did double check that. Yeah, question 3 for you people that are short of football and things to do. So Jill Pugh, Greg Pugh, Keith Abbas and the gang. In the 2020 UEFA European Football Championship was due to start on June the 12th, just 2 days ago, with the first match being played at the Stadio Olimpico in which city? Now, there's a good one. So the 2020 UEFA European Football Championship was due to start on June the 12th, with the first match being played at the Stadio Olimpico in which city? That's interesting. Helps if you know your Olympic cities, of course. If it's any help, it wasn't Tokyo. Oh, what's that, Stuart? Better than Dad's effing army question. What's wrong with Dad's army questions? Captain Manwaring's wife, Elizabeth, we all know that one. Oh, I like a good old Dad's army question. Stuart doesn't. Never mind. Question number 4, listen carefully. This was in the news this week. Poole Council has boarded up a statue of which famous person who had been accused of racism, homophobia, and support for Adolf Hitler. Although I think that went a bit too far. Apparently he was quite a fan of Mein Kampf, but that's as far as it went. So Poole Council has boarded up a statue of which famous person who has been accused of racism, homophobia, and support for Adolf Hitler. Although I think that, as I said, probably went a bit too far. Right then, you Rugby Rotary Clubbans, if you didn't get the Taylor Swift question, you might get this one. Not that I'm saying there's a Right, here we go then. Question number 5. Singer Ricky Valance, who died recently, was the first Welshman to have a UK #1 hit single when he did so in 1960 with which famous song? So question 5 again. Singer Ricky Valance, who died recently, was the first Welshman to have a UK #1 hit single when he did so in 1960 with which famous song? I trust that must be more up your street. Is Ian Davis playing tonight? You'll have to give me the thumbs up because he should have known T-Swizzle. Who lived in Bedford? T-Swizzle? No, sorry, Ricky Valance. I know who you're on about. Louise Westerby. We need somebody over 15. I know, that's the problem. Pop divides them all. I've always said it's very difficult with music. Yeah, Ricky. Fine. Question number 6. Listen carefully. In the news today, this was BBC headline news. Well, it was on my iPhone anyway. In the news today, a woman from Hertfordshire has hatched 3 ducklings called Beep, Peep, and Meep. But from which supermarket did she buy the eggs from? Chris Gallagher's just put, he lived in Skegness when he died. How can it? That must be an oxymoron. No, let's go. He lived when he died. Well done. So, Skeggy, fantastic. Yes, but he didn't. Right then, again, in the news today, a woman from Hertfordshire has hatched 3 ducklings called Beep, Peep and Meep. But from which supermarket did she buy the eggs? Apparently, there's quite a lot of fertilised eggs go to the supermarkets. But apparently, you can't tell them apart. But I'm sure Sarah will be able to tell me from Worcester because she's an egg expert. Well, chickens and eggs. What came first, the egg or the chicken? Question number 7. Pretty straightforward, just a little bit of thinking for this one. Which former politician and Chancellor of the Exchequer has announced he is stepping down as editor of the London Evening Standard newspaper? So question 7 again. Which former politician and Chancellor of the Exchequer has announced he is stepping down as editor of the London Evening Standard newspaper? I think he probably did, Chris. Well, he hopped around a bit then, Ricky Valance. By the looks of things, he lived in Bedford, Skegness. Where else has he lived? Anybody else claiming fame to Ricky Valance and where he lived? I don't know. Yeah, what are you on about, Chris? The cart. Question number 8, listen carefully. Accrington. Question number 8 again. Removed briefly from the catch-up service UK TV as it contains racial slurs. The Germans is an episode of which popular TV sitcom? I'm sure you'll all know that one. So removed briefly from the catch-up service UK TV as it contains racial slurs. The Germans is an episode of which popular TV sitcom? Oh no, I better not start saying it, or I'll give hints, but I think most people should know that one, surely. Unless, of course, you know older than 15, then you might be in trouble. Question number 9, this was also in the news. The Queen, bless her heart, took part in her first public video call as part of an annual campaign to raise awareness for what group of people? So question 9 again. The Queen took part in her first public video call as part of an annual campaign to raise awareness for what group of people? Accrington? Nah. Ricky was obviously down on his luck. Nicky, oi. It was first called fire drill. Was it? They bombed our chippy. I used to have Rachel slurs. And finally, question number 10 in this round. Listen carefully, this is an interesting one. Which country accidentally invaded the Czech Republic in late May and briefly annexed part of its neighbour's territory while guarding parts of the border amid lockdowns imposed due to coronavirus? So you just need to know which country might be stupid enough to do something like that. So which country accidentally invaded the Czech Republic in late May and briefly annexed part of its neighbour's territory while guarding parts of the border amid lockdowns imposed due to coronavirus? Sorry, that's a bit long, but Lydia's written it down there. Yeah, apparently they stopped the locals getting to where they were supposed to be going to. And they suddenly realised they were in the wrong country. But it took a week or two for them to get back out again. I don't know. Oh dear, daft. That was in the BBC News as well, you'll be pleased to know. So there we have. There's your 10 questions in the news round. They are all in the chat column, although people have been chatting about everything other than that, but never mind. So we've established that Ricky Valance lived in Skegness, Bedford, possibly in Accrington. Yeah, so any other, he must have lived in Wales somewhere, of course. Where did he live in Wales? He was Welsh. Davis, I have a spare one of these. What? Oh, Martin. It's popping up on my phone in Messenger. I've got all sorts of bleeps going on now. Right then, do we need any more time? Is anybody going to, is it going to help if anybody has any more time? Is that where he lived, Martin? How the hell can you pronounce that phonetically? He lived with Taylor Swift. Very possibly. Never mind. Right then, let's get some answers to that round. Come on, let's just put you out your misery. I'm sorry. There were a few there that were a little bit tricky, but nothing too much. Right, Unilever recently announced that it was temporarily stopping producing large jars of Marmite. So Ian Miller says, real. Unis ED. Who? Unis ED. Ah, that's the pronunciation phonetically. Question number 2, was Trooping the Colour. Trooping the Colour. Number 3, the European Football Championship was due to start in Rome. Well done if you got that. That was a tricky one. Number 4, of course, it was Robert Baden-Powell, that statue that had to be boarded up. Number 5, Ricky Vallance's song was called Tell Laura I Love Her. Tell Laura I Love Her. It's a song I'm sure you'll all have heard of. Number 5, in the news today, a woman from Hertfordshire. It was called Beep, Bleep and Meep. And the eggs were bought from Waitrose. Well done if you got Waitrose. Number 7, of course, the former politician and Chancellor of the Exchequer, who is standing down as editor of the London Evening Standard, is George Osborne. Number 8, removed briefly on the catch-up service, The Germans was an episode of Faulty Towers. Number 9, the Queen took part in her first public video call to raise awareness for carers. And finally, number 10, which country accidentally invaded the Czech Republic? It was Poland. Well done, Poland. They didn't want to get invaded first because they got invaded first by the Germans in the last war, didn't they? So, which country accidentally invaded the Czech Republic in late May and briefly annexed part of its neighbour? That was Poland. They didn't want to be second this time, did they? So there we have it. I'm not convinced everybody is going to get 10 out of 10 on that round, but we might have a few scores. So we have Michelle Gibbons and the gang from Crick on Fantastic 18. The Rugby Rotary Club, that's a very good score with 19 points. Stuart Caldwell with 16. We've got Anthony Ridgway and the Ridgeways out in Welton on 18. We've got Quizzy Rascals on 20. We've got Great Whites from Canada and the gang on Canada and Chepstow on 18 points. We've got Sarah on 15 points. Donna Brown, Matt Me on 16. We've got the Famous Five on 19. We've got Don Quizzotti on 20. We've got Grant Gifford on 18. We've got Chris Peake on 20. Andrew Lewis is on 19. Squeaky Bob's on 19. Picker Mixer on 18. We've got Gillian Pugh on 19. We've got Ian Miller on 16. Martin Davis on 15, Helen and Steve Valentine on 16, Carrie Mitchell's on 16, Nikki Bowers on 17. We've got the Tweenies on 8. Wait a minute. Bother, I've lost it now. Where have I got to? I've gone past that one. The Tweenies are on 8, sorry. Carol, Home Alone, 6 are on 17. Mick Roberts is on 15. We've got Chilly Willy on 16. Get all the we've got Booby Prize Girls are on 15, PRS are on 17, the Googlers are on 19, Mike Yates is on 16, Jenny Graham and friends from Cambridge on 17. We've got Sif on 13. I need to read the news before it gets to be history. Jill Pugh's on 17. We've got Footy Fox 86. They're on 15 points. We've got Quiz on My Face on 16 points. Johnny Callan and Ice Ice Baby on 17. We've got Dave and Kate Farmer got a 10 on that round. Very, very good. You must read, mind you, Dave does read the news a lot, don't you, Dave? It's normally of Hindustani Times, but never mind. 19 points, that's very good. Alex Brown's on 17 points. We've got the Tweenies on 17 points. Tom Headley's on 16. We've got Harry, Julian, Ian on 18 points. Split the difference are on 20 points. That's a good score. Alex Brown, Ian Miller, and the Dad's team. That's it. That's all our scores in, I think. So most teams somewhere between 15 and 20 points. So you're doing very, very well if you're up near the top there. Right then, round number 3 tonight is a connections round. We have 9 questions, general knowledge, plus a final question asking for a connection between the previous 9 answers. Right then, here we go then. For all you medical students, Question number 1. The cephalic vein, that's spelt C-E-P-H-A-L-I-C, cephalic vein, is a superficial vein and one of the 2 main veins of which part of the body? It'll be down in the text, so you'll be able to read that in a minute. The cephalic vein is a superficial vein and one of the 2 main veins of which part of the body? Bloody Christ. Right then, remember, if you haven't got that, it may well become apparent when you've got your connection. So don't worry, work on the connection. Question number 2. In a commonly used phrase, if you waste time trying to create something that someone else has already created, you are said to be trying to reinvent what? So in a commonly used phrase, if you waste time trying to create something that someone else has already created, you are said to be trying to reinvent what? That's not too hard, is it? Nobody's going to get that one wrong, surely. Question number 3 is a bit trickier, but again, it will become apparent if you can get the connection. So which English rugby union club play their home matches at the recreation ground next to the River Avon? Nick Roberts will get this one, I'm sure, straight away. So should Keith. So which English rugby union club play their home matches at the recreation ground next to the River Avon? Question number 4 is for all you gamblers in the audience tonight. In the game of blackjack, what 4-letter word is used to refer to a round where both the dealer and the player have hands of the same value? So in the game of blackjack, what 4-letter word is used to refer to a round where both the dealer and the player have hands of the same value? That's a tricky one. Rich T will get that one. Come on, Rich. You used to play blackjack and poker and stuff. And you argue with him, Keith, because he'll probably get it wrong. It seems to be all going a bit quiet in the chat column now. Yes. Now, do remember, we're looking for a connection. So each one of these has got a connection with the previous answer. Question number 5 is pretty straightforward. It's a 2-word answer. What avenue gave Eddie Grant a #2 hit single in 1983? So question 5, what avenue gave Eddie Grant a #2 hit single in 1983? It's just a 2-word answer. And I've given you one of them. You know, the sun's still up and shining at the moment outside. So I don't think my roof's still producing any power now. It'll have gone down to dismal power rating at the moment. Never mind, it's not doing too bad today. Producing proper power today. Not a few bob. A few down today, no doubt. Well, it's producing 99 watts at the moment. That's enough to power my computer and probably the lamp in front of me at the moment. That's not bad at 8:45, is it? Right, question number 6. Listen carefully. What was the occupation of Ben Harper, played by Robert Lindsay, in the TV sitcom My Family? I suppose it helps if you've been watching it. So what was the occupation of Ben Harper, played by Robert Lindsay, in the TV sitcom My Family? What's he put? What? They're tittering over here. I don't know what they're tittering at, but I'm going to find out any second. What? What's Ken put? What? Ken's put something rude. Ken, I'm telling you off because my wife's in fits of laughter over what something you just said, but I haven't found out what it is yet. Question number 7. If you're wondering who Ken is, he's in our quiz team that we do on a Sunday night normally, but well, he's not really because I do the quiz. Question number 7. In 2004, what became the first ever British TV sitcom to win a Golden Globe Award? Perhaps I haven't given enough information there, but never mind. So in 2004, what became the first ever British TV sitcom to win a Golden Globe Award? Now, do remember you're looking for a connection. If you can get the connection, that makes that a lot easier. It makes all the answers a lot easier if you can get the connection. Oh dear, we're down to 46 watts now. That's not enough to power anything, is it? I think the house is going to close down any second. My roof's at it for the day. 2051. Still producing power. That's not bad. You still producing power in Cambridge, Steve? Right then, question number 8. Listen carefully. Written by Lionel Richie. Known it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain is the opening line of which song? So question 8 again. Written by Lionel Richie. Know it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain is the opening line of which song? It's a one-word answer, just to help you. It's got more power than my brain. Well, we're still on 45 watts, Sif. Don't know what the human brain uses, but probably about that. Question number 9. If you don't know, you can have a stab at this one. But of course, if you've got the connection, it makes it very easy. Totaling approximately 7,000, what is the most common street name in the United Kingdom? So totaling approximately 7,000, what is the most common street name in the United Kingdom? So Martin Davis, he's down to 16 watts. There's not much we're going to do with that, is there, Martin? I think the things are going to 43 now, dismal 43. It's still sunny out there. None of it's landing on my roof, unfortunately. It's too low in the sky now. And finally, question number 10, of course. What is the connection between the previous 9 answers? I'm looking for a one-word connection. So what is the connection between the previous 9 answers? There's one word that connects the previous 9 answers. Yes, a little tricky, that connection's round, but never mind. Ah, the daughter's topping up my glass. That's what I like to see. See what we'll Yes, that was a bit tricky, that round, but never mind. I hope you all fared pretty well. We'll see. I'll give you the answers in a minute. Well, I've got 100 people logged in at the moment, 100 teams doing the quiz tonight. So that's a good turnout, as usual, on a Sunday night. Seems very popular, the Sunday night quiz. Of course, if you're up for it, we do a Wednesday night quiz as well, which is quite popular. There are people that can only do one or t'other, or only choose to do one or the other, but that's up to them, of course. So, what the hell? It's all good fun, but never mind. Right, are we about ready to do some marking after this tricky connections round, or do you want a little bit more time? Just let me know if you need a bit more time. Just put it in the chat column. Remember, there's one word that connects all the answers to the previous 9 answers. Just let me know if you need a little bit more time. What did Ken say, by the way? What? Penis? The cephalic vein. Oh dear, yeah. Well, it must be 98 then. Right then, I think we're all done, aren't we? Yes, in which case, let's go through the answers, because I think most of you must have got the connection, which would help, obviously, with all your answers. So question 1, the cephalic vein is not the penis, or the penis, as Ken pointed out. Superficial vein, and one of the two main veins of which part of the body? It's your arm, of course. The cephalic vein is in your arm. Number 2, in a commonly used phrase, if you waste time trying to create something, you reinvent the wheel, of course. Number 3, which English rugby union club play their home matches at Recreation Ground next to the River Avon? That's Bath. Number 4, in blackjack, what 4-letter word is used to refer to a round where both the dealer and the player have hands of the same value? That's called push. P-U-S-H, push. I didn't know that. Question number 5, what avenue gave Eddie Grant a number 2 hit single in 1983? That's Electric Avenue. Number 6, of course, the occupation of Ben Harper. He was a dentist in the sitcom My Family. Number 7, the first ever British TV sitcom to win a Golden Globe Award was The Office. Number 8, written even by Lionel Richie. No, it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain is the opening line of which song? That was Easy by the Commodores. Number 9, totaling approximately 7,000, what is the most common street name in the United Kingdom? That's High Street. High Street. Well done if you got that. And of course, the connection, which I'm sure you all got, was chair. There's an armchair, a wheelchair, a bath chair, a push chair, an electric chair, a dentist chair, an office chair, an easy chair, and a high chair. So well done if you got those. I know. Yes. Right, we have some scores in. Sif's just said my score is no longer relevant. That's not fair, Sif. Your scores are always relevant. Stuart, however, 26 points. We've got Don Quizzotti on 29 points. Squeaky Bob on 28. Michelle Gibbons and the gang from Kirk on 27. We've got the Ridgeways in. Welton on 27 points. Val Barnes with the Crizzy Rascals on 29 points. We've got Chilly Willy on 25 points. We've got Great White on 27. Dave Farms on 26. Mick Robertson on 23. We've got Helen Earns, Steve Valentine on 25. Graham Giffords on 25 points. Donna Brown and Mia Matt on 25 points. John O'Rourke and the Famous Five on 28. Carrie Mitchell's on 22 points. We've got the Rugby Road Club on 28 points. We got Nicky Bowers on 26 points. Bother, I've just lost it again. We got the boob. Oh, no, bother, it's gone. Keeps moving. Sorry. Where did I got to? We've got the Booby Prize Girls on 22. Sarah and the gang from Worcester on 24 points. We've got Pick and Mix on 28 points. Andrew Lewis is on 28 points. The Googlers are on 28 points. Tom Hadley's on 25. Jenny Graham and friends are on 27 points. We've got Footy Fox 86 on 22. Mike Yates is on 22 points. We've got Carol Jackson Home Alone 6 on 26 points. We've got Split the Difference on 30 points. Ian Miller's on 25 points. We've got the Tweenies on 23 points. We've got Quiz on My Face on a fantastic 40 points. We'll make up our scores like many others. That's fantastic. Jill Pugh's on 27 points. We've got Harry Julian in on 28 points. Johnny Callahan, Ice Baby on 26 points. Martin Davis, oh dear, our score's not so good on 19 points. Never mind. Woody Chewbacca on 22.5 points. Greg Pugh's on 26 points, just behind Gillian Pugh on 27 points. I have to point out Matthew Blood and PRS are on 26 points. Alex Brown's on 23. And Quiz on My Face are on 26 points. So it's all very close at the top. Now then, round number 4 tonight is a science and nature round. Science and nature round. So how do we fare on science and nature? I like science and nature rounds. However, not everybody does, so we'll see. Come on, see if you'll do well with this. Here we go. Question number 1. What are the only 2 elements that are liquid at room temperature and standard pressure? So question 1, what are the only 2 elements that are liquid at room temperature and standard pressure? I will give you half a point for each, you'll be pleased to know. One's easy, one's a bit trickier. But all good quizzers, I'm sure, will know that. Question number 2 is one that we've got wrong in the past. I'm sure a few of you will get it wrong tonight. Me and Mick Roberts were convinced it was something else, but it wasn't. So question number 2, hares, that's in the things with big ears like this. Hares give birth to their young in shallow depressions or a flattened area of grass. But by what name is this kind of nest known? And it's not a nest. So hares give birth to their young in shallow depression or a flattened area of grass. But by what name is this nest known? Yeah, me and my mate were convinced it was something else, but that turned out to be completely wrong. But never mind. Question number 3. Helpful if you've done a little bit of Latin, this one. Vulpus vulpus is the scientific name for which animal? I'll give you the choice. Is it the brown bear, the grey wolf, or the red fox? So the two words, vulpus vulpus, is the scientific name for which animal? I'll give you the choice. Is it the brown bear, the grey wolf, or the red fox? It sounds like code names, doesn't it? That blue squirrel to red fox. Sorry, just being daft. Question number 4 just needs working out. So besides false teeth or permanent death, how many teeth does the average human being have during their lifetime? Not permanent, premature, I mean. So besides false teeth or premature death, how many teeth does the average human being have during their lifetime? Remember, there's 2 sets. Lydia. Trying to work it out. Wrong. Completely wrong. Question number 5. In a letter to Robert Hooke, we all know who he is, in February 1676, yeah, including Milteith, who famously wrote, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." So question 5 again. In a letter to Robert Hooke in the February of 1676, who famously wrote, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." The kind of date gives that one away. 1676. It's also an inscription on the £2 coin, I think, or it has been in the past, around the rim somewhere. Question number 6. Listen carefully. My daughter didn't know this one, but never mind. I'm sure you'll get this. Actually, Liz, you might want to take the country into this. Harmony OS is a new operating system that has been designed to rival and beat Android, according to a press release from which company? So question 6 again. Harmony OS is a new operating system that has been designed to rival and beat Android, according to a press release from which company? That was in the news recently. Well, not too recently, but it was recent. Question number 7, I'm sure you'll all get this one. Gingivitis is a disease that causes inflammation of which part of the human body? So question 7 again. Gingivitis is a disease that causes inflammation of which part of the human body? Sif, I'm sure you're doing a lot better on this round, aren't you? You like your science. Oh, Christ. I've been experimenting a bit with this software to try and make the quizzes a bit more exciting, and I managed to get one with kind of pop-up things that come up in the corners and whatever else, but might make it look far too jazzy, but never mind, we'll see. Work in progress, I'll see. I might be able to get it done by the time that we're back to work or whatever else, for everybody's back to work. Question number 8. What name is given to a region of space where the force of gravity is so strong that nothing can escape from it? So question 8, what name is given to a region of space where the force of gravity is so strong that nothing can escape from it? What was that? Something on the television last night about it? Question number 9. Listen carefully for all you visitors to London. Named Hope, Hope, the skeleton of what great creature replaced Dippy in 2017 and now forms a prominent display at the Natural History Museum in London? Days on the would-be Kings. That's a good beer, that. Never mind. You managed to get through all the Brewdog then, or you're saving a few cans back. Question 9 again. Named Hope, the skeleton of what great creature replaced Dippy in 2017 and now forms a prominent display at the Natural History Museum in London? It's quite impressive, apparently. Yes, we need milk teeth as well. Yes, it's the total number of teeth. You had so many deciduous teeth and you have so many adult teeth. So it's total teeth that you've had during your lifetime. And like me, you've already lost quite a few. I've gone past halfway. But, well, no, have I gone past half? I'll have to work that one out, actually. That could be quite interesting. And finally, question number 10. It's a multiple choice question, or answer even. Question number 10. The common basilisk is a species of lizard that is sometimes known as the Jesus lizard. But for what reason? I'll give you the choice. Is it because it can run on the surface of water? It can come back to life after its heart stops beating? Or is it that Ned Flanders keeps one as a pet? Dear God. What's that? Thanks, Martin. Yes, I'm not sure as I need. Yes. You measured it in meters, have you? I suppose. Yes. We've gone from 6 upwards, have we? Yes. The last one you supplied me with was 6. So presumably the next one's going to be bigger. So question number 10 again. The common basilisk is a species of lizard that is sometimes known as the Jesus lizard. But for what reason? I'll give you the choice. It can run on the surface of water. It can come back to life after its heart stops beating. Or is it that Ned Flanders keeps one as a pet? Oh, I see. Dave Farms thought, I got a case of 12 Barnard Castles from Stuart as a birthday gift last week. 12? Dear God, that's a good birthday present. Well done. Milk teeth for the tooth one. Yeah. Wisdom 2. Yes, wisdom 2. Most people have wisdom teeth, Matthew. It's just that some people have to have them taken out because they encroach on the back of the jaw or something, but never mind. Right then, everybody, are we all right with that science and nature round, that exciting science and nature round? And I'm sure you all got all of those. Surely, can't be anything there you didn't get. Do remember I'm giving half a point for that first one, the two elements. If you haven't got both, then half for each one you do get. And the one about the teeth, besides false teeth or premature death, how many teeth does the average human being have during their lifetime? That includes all teeth. In other words, how many are grown? I'm not saying how many fall out, because there's a lot fall out. How many in total? Some people need to have their wisdom teeth put in. Nice one, Robin. Not the people that do this quiz, I have to say. But there are a number of the general population that probably do need to, but let's not go there. Right then, are we ready to do some marking? Do we need any more time? I think we do. I don't think we do. So let's just go through the answers to the science and nature round. Are we ready? Eyes down, look in. What are the only two elements that are liquid at room temperature and standard pressure? That is bromine and mercury. Bromine and mercury. Well done if you got both of those. Half a point for each though. Mercury was the easy one. Bromine at normal standard pressure and temperature is quite heavy densely fuming and soon evaporates, but never mind. Question number 2. Hairs give birth to their young in a shallow depression called a form. A form. Well done if you got that. Me and Mick Roberts were convinced it was a scrape. I remember that, but we nearly got into a scrape about that, but it was a form. Question number 3. Vulpus vulpus. Well, vulpine is fox related, so the red fox is vulpus vulpus. Number 4, besides false teeth or premature death, how many teeth does the average human being have? Well, they have 20 deciduous teeth and they have 32 adult teeth. So that's 52 teeth in total. Number 5, in a letter to Robert Hooke, who famously wrote, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." That was Isaac Newton, Sir Isaac Newton. Number 6, Harmony OS is an operating system designed and marketed by Huawei, a Chinese company. Number 7, gingivitis is a disease of the gums. Number 8, the name given to a region of space where the force of gravity is so strong that nothing can escape. That's a black hole, of course. Number 9, named Hope. The skeleton of what great creature replaced Dippy? That was a blue whale, And fine, number 10, the Jesus, better known as the Jesus lizard. It's known as the Jesus lizard because it can walk on water, apparently. It runs across water anyway. So there we have it. I'm sure most of you would have got that. It can't be Ned Flanders' pet, can it? Anyway, there we have it. So let's have some scores in, say how you've done after that science and nature round. 2 rounds to go. Got an initial letter link and then the final trivia round. So we got John O'Rourke, the famous 5 on very, very good, 37 points. That's a great score from the famous 5. Previous winners, I think they were joint winners last week with Home Alone. We got Tom Hadley on 30, we got Carrie Mitchell on 30, we got the Ridgeways on 37, the Rugby Rotary Club on 38, we got Don Quizzotti on 38, Martin Davis 27.5. Not so good tonight, Martin. We've got Val Barnes, Quizzy Rascals on 38, we've got Mike Yates on 28.5. We have Stuart Colwell on 35. We've got Michelle Gibbons 35.5. Love science and nature. Well, you did do if you got bromine as well, but never mind. We've got Chris Speak on 37.5, Donna Brown, Matt and me on 4. What's that? 41.5. Never mind, can't we? But Mick Roberts on 29.5. Got Sarah and the gang on 29.5. Got Andrew Lewis on 34.5. Helen and Steve Valentine on 31.5. We've got, it's just gone off my screen again, sorry. Jill Pugh and the gang on 35.5. Got Graham Gifford on 32.5. We've got the Googlers on 35. We've got Chili Willy on 31, I think. We've got Alex Brown on 26. We've got Pick and Mix on 35. Great Waker on 30. Great White even on 33. We got Donna Brown on 31.5. We've got Matthew Bloom, PRS, on 34.5. Carol Jackson, Home Alone, 33.5. We've got Squeaky Pop on 36. Good score there. Disastrous Rat. Wait a minute. Oh, bother. Something's just Pinterest just popped up on the computer. Sorry. What have we got to? We've got Carol Jackson, Squeaky Pop. Jackie Skip was on 25.5. Disastrous round for the Ruby Prize girls. Oh no, they don't like their Never mind, it's time to catch up. We got Footy Fox on 28.5, Ian Miller's on 32.5, Johnny Callahan, Ice Ice Baby on 34.5, Greg Hughes on 33, Chris Miller and Split the Difference are on 39 points. We got Twingers on 28, Hot Shotty on 30.5. We've got Dave and Kate Farm on 31.5. That's a very good score on their own there. Harry, Juliet and Ian on 37.5. That's a good score. Woody Chewbacca on 30.5. Nicky Bowers on 32.5. Jenny Graham and friends are on 33.5. Chili Willie is on 31.5 points. I think I worked that out, Chili. You put all the previous rounds down as well, but never mind. So 31.5. So I think 39 at the moment, just dropping 1 point, but there's quite a few teams on the 38s and the 37s. So it's all very close at the top there. Right, the initial letter link. We now have 10 questions. General knowledge, where the answer to the final question can be spelt out by rearranging the first letters of all the words in the first 9 answers. So do remember to write down the first letter of each of your answers to one side and keep those, and they need to be rearranged to answer number 10. So question number 1, which is pretty straightforward. In 1979, Midge Ure replaced John Fox as the lead singer in which famous group? I've got spam coming in. From whom? I haven't got anything yet. Oh, I see. Aloha. Yeah, aloha, ba ba ba. Hi to you as well. If you want to take part in the quiz, do feel free. If you're here just to cause trouble, don't bother. Question number 2. Listen carefully. This is interesting. Which cookware manufacturer took its name from combining the first 3 letters of a brand name for polytetrafluoroethylene and the first 2 letters from the name of the chemical element with the atomic number 13? So question 2 again, listen carefully. Which cookware manufacturer took its name by combining the first 3 letters of a brand name for polytetrafluoroethylene and the first 2 letters from the name of the chemical element with the atomic number 13? So basically, it's a 5-letter answer. Oh dear. Yes, quite. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm pressing the button. I know. Sorry, just give me a second. A few people joining the chat. I don't really want. Right. Are we ready? What have I got to? Question number 3. Listen carefully. Which city lies 9 miles to the south of the iconic prehistoric stone circle at Stonehenge? So which city lies 9 miles to the south of the iconic prehistoric stone circle at Stonehenge? Which is the closest city, apparently. What are these people joining the thing? I don't know what to bother. Is it hidden now? 4 of them suddenly came on. Sorry, I've just got a few people coming on the chat that we didn't want, but never mind. Question number 4. Listen carefully. Spread by the bite of an infected mosquito, what viral disease is known in Spanish by the name that translates as black vomit? So spread by the bite of an infected mosquito. What viral disease is known in Spanish by a name that translates as black vomit? Very nice. Apparently it was black vomit because of blood in the stomach. Sounds delightful, doesn't it? Very nice thing to catch that. Question number 5. Insomnia Cafe and 6 of 1 were early working titles of which extremely successful American TV show? Come on, you'll get that one. Insomnia Cafe and 6 of 1 were early working titles of which extremely successful American TV show? Well, I think we got rid of the people that were trying to join in the chat. I'm not speaking too soon, but might get bombed in a minute by another 50, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, they do put me off my stride a bit when I see people pop up, and of course I'm the only one that can get rid of them. Probably the next one. Question number 6. Listen carefully. Blade Runner was the 2009 autobiography of which athlete who is now incarcerated in Atteridgeville Correctional Center? So Blade Runner was a 2009 autobiography of which athlete who is now incarcerated at Atteridgeville Correctional Center, apparently. Nasty bit of work. I'm giving it away, aren't I? I'm sure you all know that anyway. Talking of nasty bits of work, question number 7. The Houthi movement is an Islamic movement that emerged in the 1990s in which Middle Eastern country? So the Houthi movement is an Islamic movement that emerged in the 1990s in which Middle Eastern country? Question number 8. This is for all you footballers. This is a good one. Keith will know this one. We might do. Greg Pugh should get this. Which footballer was born near Vicenza in Italy? He played for Italy in 56 internationals. At the 1994 World Cup, he led Italy to the final, scoring 5 goals, but missed the decisive penalty in the shootout against Brazil. It's a 2-word answer to make this fit. So I'll need his Christian name as well. So which footballer was born near Vicenza in Italy? He played for Italy for 56 internationals. At the 1994 World Cup, he led Italy to the final, scoring 5 goals, but missed the decisive penalty in the shootout against Brazil. Not particularly easy, that. Leave Google alone. Use your brains. Let's see who can get that one. Question number 9 is very appropriate in these times. Conservative politician Ian MacLeod is credited with inventing what 2-word term in the 1960s, which is used to refer to a government that is considered to be overprotective or interfering with personal choice? You'll all know that one. So question 9, Conservative politician Ian MacLeod is credited with inventing what two-word term in the 1960s, which is used to refer to a government that is considered to be overprotective or interfering with personal choice? It's a two-word answer. And of course, to put this one to bed, the first letters, this is question number 10, the first letters of the first words in the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of which famous sportsman who is 6 feet and 9 inches tall, but weighed just 1 pound when he was born premature in 1988. Just goes to show how they can grow, doesn't it? If you feed them. So question 10 again, the first letters of the first words in the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of which famous sportsman who is 6 foot and 9 inches tall, but weighed just 1 pound when he was born premature in 1988. It's a two-word answer. First and second name. And it's only 9 letters long. If you're doing the rounds. Now, I will give you a minute or two to work that out because you might need to work things backwards. I'm expecting all you sporty people to be all over that one. And then you can work all your previous answers backwards. Right, I'm going to give you 2 minutes whilst my daughter is just topping up the jungle juice, the ale, whatever. Right, timer. Where's my timer gone? It's probably still one from last time. Start. Stopwatch. Where's my stopwatch? Oh, there it is. Start. Right, you've now got 1 minute and 45 seconds. And then we're going to do some marking before we go to the last round, which tonight is entitled, what the hell have we got? Oh, it's just general trivia to finish you off. But we'll see whether we can finish you off properly. Now, it is very close at the top. Previous winners of this quiz have been, we've had Quizzy Rascals winner a number of times. We've had the famous 5 win, we've had Don Quixote win, we've had PRS win, we've had Home Alone win. Who else have we had? Oh, been a lot. Mick and Bev won once. We've had Home Alone 6 have won. We've had, in fact, most teams have now won. No, they haven't. That's not fair. Well, Chris Meads and Split the Difference. They've won before. So let's see. If I've missed anybody out, do shout out. Oh, yes, Chris Peak, of course. They've won before. And they're very close tonight. 37.5 points. They're only half point off the lead, or 1.5 points off the lead. Right then, we've now got another 30 seconds, and then we're going to do some marking in this initial letter link. Oh, bother, there's somebody else joining the conversation. I haven't seen. Right then, everybody, here we go. Question number 1. In 1979, Midge replaced John Fox as the lead singer of Ultravox. Question number 2. Which cookware manufacturer took its name by combining the first 3 letters of a brand name for polytetrafluoroethylene, which is better known as Teflon, and the first 2 letters of the name of a chemical element with the atomic number 13, which is aluminium? Teflon and aluminium became Tefal. Tefal. Well, I don't know if you worked that one out. Number 3, that city near Stonehenge is Salisbury. Number 4, translating as black vomit. Particularly nasty disease, viral disease, spread by the mosquito, is yellow fever. Yellow fever. Well done if you got that. Insomnia Cafe, Insomnia, even Cafe, and 6 of 1 were early working titles of Friends. Number 6, Blade Runner, the autobiography of Oscar Pistorius, who is now incarcerated. Number 7, the Hutu, basically came from Yemen. Number 8, the footballer I was after was Roberto Baggio. Well done if you got Roberto Baggio. I don't think most people would have got that. Number 9, the Conservative politician Ian MacLeod first used the words nanny state, a nanny state. And of course, the first letters of the first words in the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of which famous sportsman was 6 feet 9 inches tall. It was Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, the boxer. Well done if you worked that out. Right then, let's see how you fared after that round. That was a particularly tricky round with 1 or 2 very tricky questions, but never mind. Lydia's just popped up the answers for you. So let's see how you've all fared in that round. Before we go into the last round. Right, we've got Don Quixote, very respectful, 48 points. Tom Hadley on 40. We got Donna Brown, Matt Me on 40.5. We've got Michelle Gibbons on 43.5. The famous 5, 47 points. We've got Carrie Mitchell on 37. Mick Roberts on 34.5. We've got Great White, 38.5 points. Home Alone, Carol Jackson on 40.5 points. We've got Anthony Ridgway, and the Ridgways on 43. Stuart Corwell's on 44. Squeaky Bob on 44. Sarah's on 36.5. We've got Helen and Steve Valentine on 37. Martin Davis on a grim 33.5. Andrew Lewis beating on 39.5 points. That's a 5-point difference, that is, Martin. We've got Graham Gifford on 39.5. We've got the Quizzy Rascals on 46 points. We've got Wooly Chewbacca on 36.5. We've got Gillian Pugh on 43.5 points. Nikki Bowers there. Sorry, I've just lost it. 38.5 points. We've got the Googlers on 43. Alex Brown on 35 points. We've got Greg Pugh on 43. So the Pews from Cambridge and the Pews from Rugby, just half a point split them. Let's see how you fare in the last round. Ian Miller on 37.5 points. We've got Chris Spake and the gang, 47.5 points. Well done, Chris. Kevin Kiernan, Rugby Roach Club, they've just dropped 5 points with 45 points. We've got Jolly Canahan with Ice Ice Baby on 43.5. PRS are having a bit of a nightmare on 40.5 points. We got Jackie Skip, the Booby Prize Girls on 33. Footy Fox on 33.5. Got Split the Difference on 47 points. Mike Yates on 34 points. Jenny Graham and friends are on 38.5 points. Chilly Willy and Joe, they're having a bit of a nightmare on 37.5 points. Ian Sharrett, Harry Julian in on 45.5 points. Very good indeed. We've got Tweenies, the only AJB Tweenies on 34 points. Stuart Cope, finally, PRS equals Pretty Rubbish. Oh, that's a bit harsh. Ooh, hey, we don't want to start that. Pretty Rubbish scoring. God. Now then, Stuart, don't start that. We got Quartz at 1, 2, 3. Pick and Mix on 42 points. So some great scores there. So we got Split the Difference on 47. We've got the Rugby Roach Club on 45. We've got Chris Beat, 47.5. We've got the Quizzy Rascals on 46. We've got Stuart Cole, 44. Squeaky Bob on 44. Famous Five on 47. And we've got Don Quixote 48. So this is all very, very close. Right, last round tonight then. Last round tonight is entitled. What is it entitled? Can't remember. General Trivia. General Trivia. What's that? I'm still comfortably last. You can't be stiff. Come on. Been doing well there. General Trivia, last round. Not too hard, I trust, but I'm sure 1 or 2 of them might catch you out. So we'll see. Here we go then. Question number 1. Nice, easy one to get you going. Hello, I'm French. Tree Cops 2. Hello, I'm French. I'm English. but however, being born in France is not anything wrong. I'd love to be born in France, but never mind. Right, here we go then. Question number 1. What completes the Old English proverb? Give them an inch and they'll take what? So what completes the Old English proverb? Give them an inch and they'll take what? Yes, good evening, Tree Cops. I hope you're all right. Bonjour. Actually, we could do a quiz in a foreign language. That might be interesting. Problem is, I can't speak any. I wish I could. Yes, we've been doing a bit of Spanish, desayuno and things like that. We learnt about 15 words in Spanish. Question number 2. Listen carefully. This is for all you sports fans again. Greg will get this one. So will Keith. Ça va? What's that mean? What's ça va mean? How are you? Good. Thank you very much. Question number 2. The modern pentathlon is an Olympic sport that comprises 5 different events. But which discipline comes first? Now, that is tricky. So the modern pentathlon is an Olympic sport that comprises 5 different events. But which discipline comes first? Alex will watch it carefully. You can normally tell these bots because they have stupid pictures, don't they? They don't have normal pictures, if you know what I mean. No, you're right, Jackie. I wouldn't be able to tell them in France and French anyway. Perhaps we could do a German quiz. Do it in German. Zwei Bier, bitte. That's the only thing I can say. What's that? 2 beers, please. 3 beers. 1, 2, 3. 3 Bier, bitte. Question number 3. Listen carefully. The standard form of a limerick is a stanza consisting of how many lines? So the standard form of a limerick is a stanza containing how many lines? I can't get the answers in English. Oh, God. That's getting worse. Question number 4, listen carefully. Sarah Hahn, a British actress born in Leeds, is best known for playing the role Ayla Nazeed in which popular soap opera? Yeah, sorry, Alex, another bot, but never mind. So question 4 again. Sarah Hahn, a British actress born in Leeds, is best known for playing the role of Ayla Nazeed in which popular soap opera? I've even been to pronunciation school to say that one tonight. And I know it doesn't sound like it's spelled. Question number 5. Listen carefully to question 5. In the world of astronomy, what are Vesta, Ceres, and Pallas? I'll give you the choice. Are they moons of Saturn, objects in the asteroid belt, or visible features on Uranus? I had to put a Uranus one in again. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. So in the world of astronomy, what are Vesta, Ceres, and Pallas? I'll give you the choice. Are they moons of Saturn, objects in the asteroid belt, or visible features on Uranus? Oh dear, I'm sorry. I've been trying not to put a Uranus question in, but I've managed every week so far. So we'll see whether I can go with another one. Right, just 5 to go. Come on, Keith, I've put these in just for you. Here we go. Question number 6. TV writer and director Kay Mellor, OBE, is the mother of which actress who is best known for playing Judy Mallet in Coronation Street? So question 6. TV writer and director Kay Mellor, OBE, is the mother of which actress who is best known for playing Judy Mallet in Coronation Street? That was a good one. Tree Cops 2, this beer not good. What beer are you drinking? You need to drink some proper beer. Now this is proper beer. Tyke Lockdown. No. Question number 8. 3 questions to go, and then you get rid of me for the night. What UK-based international food shop's name is French for ready to eat? Come on, Tree Cups, you'll know that one. So what UK-based international food shop's name is French for ready to eat? Now don't start. Oh, have I? Oh, I have. Sorry, that was number. Have I skipped to swap them over? Sorry, that's number 7. Yeah, I've just swapped them over. Well spotted. It's all right, we've skipped it. That was number 7. Sorry, Ian. We'll make that number 7 for you all. It was number 8, but I was getting ahead of myself. So question 7 again. What UK-based international food shop's name is French for ready to eat? Question number 8. What does the second A stand for in the well-known acronym BAFTA? So what does the second A stand for in the well-known acronym BAFTA? Acronyms are not easy, really, because often we don't really know the full name. I will struggle with UNICEF and a few others, but never mind, you know, I did know something. Right, we've just got 2 to go. 2 questions to go. Let's see how we fare with these last 2. This could mean winning or losing the quiz. Let's see. Question number 9. Scooby-Doo is a male Great Dane and lifelong companion of amateur detective Shaggy Rogers. But what is his first full name? I need to put the word his in there, Liddy. So question 9 again. Scooby-Doo is a male Great Dane and lifelong companion of amateur detective Shaggy Rogers. But what is his full first name? Stupid question, that really, but there you go. It's one of those stupid trivia quiz questions that you might know, you might not know. Oh yes, sorry. It's the name of the dog, Scooby-Doo's first name, not Rogers. What did I say? Scooby-Doo is a what is his full first name? Sorry, yeah. It's Scooby-Doo's full first name. Scooby's full first name. Not Shaggy, Scooby. I used to watch that programme all the time and I never knew this one, but never mind. You learn a little each week when you take part in quizzes, don't you? You learn some dreadful trivia, but never mind. My head's full of dreadful trivia. God knows. Frank Sinatra sung about the dog, did he? Fair play to him. And finally, question number 10. This is it. Final question of the evening. See whether you can get this right. It might make all the difference. Taken from the coat of arms of Stuttgart. What animal appears on the logo of the Porsche Motor Company? So taken from the coat of arms of Stuttgart, what animal appears on the logo of the Porsche Motor Company? And that is your final question tonight. Now that's a round kind of thing that you just need to know them, really, don't you? Don't need to work much out there. So I'm just going to give you 30 seconds and then we will do some marking quickly. Get all your questions in off your other teammates. Make sure you all agree with their answers. There's a lot of texting going on between team members in my house here. We've got Ken, who's in lockdown, coming up with rude answers. Features in the song Strangers in the Night. Does it really? Well done. Wow. It is amazing how these things come up. I'll have to look that one up. Sang about a dog and it features in the song Strangers in the Night. Da, 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 da. Oh, don't get me on that because Robin Miller will be telling me off for singing, or Dave Farmer will, one or the other. But never mind. It's a shame we haven't got audio on here. Well, could have if we zoomed it. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Right then, here we go. Are we ready? No longer. This is the answers to the previous 10 questions. So straight off, here we go. What competes the Old English proverb, give them an inch and they'll take a mile, of course. Number 2, the modern pentathlon, an Olympic sport that comprises 5 different events. Which discipline comes first? That's fencing. Very difficult one. Fencing. Number 3, the standard form of a limerick is a stanza consisting of 5 lines. Sarah Hahn, a British actress born in Leeds, is best known for playing the role Alaya Nazid in which popular soap opera? That was Corrie or Coronation Street. Number 5, in the world of astronomy, I gave you the choice. Was it moons of Saturn, objects in the asteroid belt, or visible features on Uranus? Well, I'd love to say it was visible features on Uranus, but it wasn't. It was objects in the asteroid belt. What's that? Yards? Yard around here? Yeah. Sorry. Number 6, TV writer and director Kay Mellor. OBE is the mother of which actress? Well, she was the mother of Gaynor K. Fay. Well done if you've got Gaynor K. Fay. Number 7, the UK-based international food shop's name, French for ready-to-eat, is Pret-a-Manger, or Manger, Pret-a-Manger, whatever you want to call it. The second A in the well-known acronym BAFTA, it's the British Academy of Film and Television Arts. So it's arts that I was after. Number 9, Scooby-Doo. His first name was Scoobert, as in Egbert or Norbert. It was Scoobert-Doo. So well done if you got that. And fine, number 10, taken from the coat of arms of Stuttgart. What animal appears on the logo of the Porsche Motor Company? That is a horse, of course. Very similar to the logo of the Ferrari Motor Company. Both are, what do they call it? What do they call it when the horse is standing on 2 legs? Can't remember. Anyway, whatever it is that they call a horse standing on 2 legs, both. No, not prone. No, it's a proper. Somebody's going to correct me in a minute. Right, here we go. We've got some scores coming in. Helen and Steve Valentine on 44. We've got Carrie Mitchell. Well done on 46 points due. Well done, Helen and Steve on 44. Donna Brown, my 14-year-old told me Scooby-Doo won. Well done. Chris beat 57.5 points. That's a great score. Ian Anthony James, Don Quizzosi on 46 points. Stuart Colwell's on 47. We've got Michelle Gemmons on 49.5. Ian Miller's on 37.5. Famous 5 tonight on 53 points. We've got Donna Brown, me, Matt on 45.5. We've got Andrew Lewis on 43.5. We've got Anthony Ridgway on 49 points. That's a great score from the Ridgways. Footy Fox 86 on 41 points. Rampant. That's what I was after. Well done, Chile. It was a rampant lion, isn't it? Rampant horse as well, I suppose, but never mind. We've got the Rugby Roast Club on 49 points. That's a good score. Where have we got to? Sorry. Oh, cobblers. I've lost it now. Sorry. We've got Mick Roberts on 40.5. Gillian Pugh from Cambridge on 50.5 points. We've got the Googlers on 50 points. We've got Sarah from Worcester on 40.5 points. Woody Chewbacca on 43.5. We got Martin Davis up prancing 36.5. Yes, that was a bit dismal, Martin. Never mind. Time for another day. Here we go. Graham Gibbons on 44.5. A crappy performance, said Graham. Never mind, that was a good score. Got Nicky Bowers on 44.5. Mike Yates on 39. John Potter prancing. Yes, prancing. Well, you say it's a prancing horse. I think rampant is the word when they're standing on two legs. But maybe it's prancing. We got Pick and Mix on 49. Ian Sherritt, Harry Julian in on 53.5. That's a great score. Greg Pugh on 50 points. Well done, Greg. We got Val Barnes and the Quizzy Rascals on 54 points. Squeaky Bob's on 51.5. That's great scores. Home Alone 6. Blooming hard tonight. It was harder, Carol, you no doubt. Well, you won it last week. You can't win it every week. But, well, fair play to you. If you're 46 now, still a very, very good score. I hope you enjoyed all the Coronation Street questions, because that was Keith's big idea. Matthew Blood and the gang, they ended up, well, wait a minute, where did they end up on? Good, I lost it now. Oh, bother. Sorry, I need to go back a bit. Matthew Blood, PRS, they won a taxi on 47.5 points. Chris Gallagher, visible features on Uranus would be hemorrhoids. I don't think there are any visible features on Uranus, but never mind. Great White, 45.5, well played. Prancing, yes, yeah. It was there's a bit of confusion here with a prancing horse or whether it's a rampant horse standing on two legs. I don't know. Between is on 41.5. Stuart Colwell, thanks to you. We're proud. We're quizzing on your face on 52 points. Well done, Keith and the gang. Anybody in the 50s has done really well. Chilly Willie and Joe and the four for a terrible 41.5. Oh dear. We end up with Joe Callahan on Ice Baby Ice on 48.5 points. Chris May split the difference, 57 points. That's a great score. Ian Miller on 41.5 points. Random half point plucked out of the air. Never mind. Cobblers, it's gone off again. We have Jenny Graham and friends on 46.5. That's very good. Great White also on 46.5 points. Disastrous rounds. Soaps, kids, TV. I'm sorry, Dave. I know. 41.5 points. Jenny Graham, friends. Woo. Thanks. So we got any more scores? That's about it. Or have I got to go back over? Don't like the Corrie questions. Ban the soap questions. Tough tonight. That's our bad week. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Never mind. We've got some great scores in there anyway, all the same. And anybody in the 50s tonight has done very well. So let's just go back over the 50s, see what we've got. We have split the difference on 57. We had Keith Amber's quiz on your face, 52. We have Squeaky Bob, 51.5. We've got Quizzy Rascals on 54. Greg Hughes on 50. Ian Sherritt, Harold Julian Ian on 53.5. We've got the Googlers on 50. Gillian Pugh on 50.5. We also have Famous 5 on 53. That's a great score. We have Don Quixote on 56. Chris Speak, however, looks at the moment in the lead on 57.5 points. Have we got anybody to beat Chris Speak's score tonight? No, I don't think we have. So Chris Speak by half a point has won tonight's quiz. So well done, Chris, to you and the gang and the family. I trust you're playing as a full family tonight, not against your wife. so fair play to you. 57.5 is a great score. And let's hope, it's been a great week. Let's hope the weather stays well for us all as we go into next week. We will see how we fare. Do remember, if you like fun quizzes or whatever else, or you might think this isn't much fun, but never mind. Next Wednesday night, 8 for 8:15, we'll see whether we can get everybody taking part on Wednesday night as usual. There will be 6 more rounds of general rubbish for you to have a go at, and if there's any rounds you particularly like or any particular questions you particularly like about any Uranus questions you can come up with, I'll be happy with those, and we can see whether we can carry on with the tradition of a Uranus question each week, whether it be something to do with the gravitational field of Uranus, or whether you can see it in a telescope, or whatever. Anyway, good night, everybody. Thank you all very much for taking part. I'm going to end the stream now. Do feel free to carry on chatting as usual. It's been a great night. Thank you, everybody, for taking part. We've had some great team bonding tonight. Who we got tonight? Russian Babu. Yes, quite. So thank you, everybody, and good night. Cheers, and we'll see you another night. Wednesday night, if all. Good night, all. Thank you.